We have a problem, and that's that I simply hate phones. This is my phone.
An iPhone SE with a charging case you can't even buy anymore. Some might consider it ancient technology.
And there's another problem, and that's that I want to listen to music in my 1998 Ford Ranger.
And here it is, the truck that transcends time. But don't let its age fool you. This thing will outlive me for sure. Every time I climb in this thing, I'm greeted with the smell of the late 90s, and kind of what I assume upstate New York might smell like. The thing is a hodgepodge mess right now, but I plan on changing that very soon.
Typically, I would just use the Bluetooth and listen to my music on Spotify. But this isn't your typical case.
I'll talk about that more in depth later.
You see, I'm taking this thing on yet another long journey across the states. And I have no intention to be absolutely reliant on my cell phone for entertainment. Introducing the CD. Just like this one, made by my mom back in the early 2000s, and hopefully enlightening the idea that CDs aren't done just yet.
Alright, so I'll explain what I'll be using once the cat gets out of the shot. All you really need to create a CD is a laptop. Of course, you're going to need some CDs, and under the CDs is the external CD reader that I'm going to be using. Of course, if you already have an older computer that reads CDs, this won't be necessary. Alright, so step 1. Don't go down any rabbit holes. I ended up trying to install a software called SpotDL using Python, something I'm not familiar at all with, and ended up wasting 3 days just trying to learn what I was doing wrong, only to figure out that Spotify doesn't like when you try to mass download metadata from their site, and they've discovered how to block it completely, so days wasted. Don't be like me. Instead, what you're going to want to do is find something to download your audio files in lossless formats. There's plenty of ways, websites and softwares to do this. What I would really recommend is just researching and finding the best case use for whatever setup you have. What I ended up using is a site called Monochrome, because it allowed me to download my audio files in FLAC, which I could convert to something like AppFLAC, Apple lossless format. This was necessary for iTunes, and they seem to have a really broad selection of music overall.
Little editor's note for if you're ever going to do voiceovers in the park, don't do it around geese. They're extremely aggressive and very food motivated. They literally started to surround me, and I had to just, hi dude, hi buddy, hi dude. But yeah, they started to surround me, and I had to ward them off with my jacket, so find a different spot if the geese were there first. The next thing that I did was open the iTunes store because I'm using a Mac. I then created a playlist, and then I took all the audio FLAC files that I downloaded from the internet and put them on the sidebar with the playlist. Now, at this stage, it's important to organize all the songs into whatever order you want them played in. Something I realized in post is that I should have put the artist's name at this stage, as well as deleted all the numbers that came from downloading them from the internet, because now all that missing information and extra information both show on the CD player itself when you insert the disc. Now, I'm just going to click on the 3 dots next to the playlist and select Burn CD. You'll notice that I enable Include CD Text. This is the option that makes it so all of the information about the tracks is displayed on the CD player. I didn't enable Use Sound Check. If you did your due diligence and downloaded good audio files, you shouldn't enable this either. Soundcheck just allows the iTunes app to level your audio by deciding what's too loud and what's too soft and making it all kind of medium. I had a feeling it'd screw with the audio. After hitting burn, iTunes will start to burn all your music onto the CD. It'll be pretty obvious if it's working because whatever CD reader you're using will start to make a hell of a lot of noise, like it's messing up whatever's inside of it. Now your CD will show up as a playable CD on iTunes. You should be able to play all of the songs from the CD itself instead of the playlist that you made earlier. Confirming this will make sure that it is working correctly. After hearing the songs play on the CD, I moved it over to the trash and ejected it from my computer. There you go. Now it's about time for that moment of truth.
Oh my dude, you just got pranked! Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh?
What do we got? We got like this. It'll do. It'll just have to do.
There's something that I wanted to say just while I'm fiddling around with this lighting and this backyard tent, and that's that this entire project was a really satisfying process, and playing the CD in the truck and hearing it, really clean, crisp audio, I imagine it's what proud fathers feel like. So, go and get out there and make a CD of your own.
There we go. Hi, my name's Zach, coming at you from a tarp tent I built in my backyard, and that's the video that I just made. It's probably the most effort that I've put into anything ever editing, because I just simply don't know what I'm doing. But I've been watching YouTube since I was a little kid and figured it's time to start creating and stop consuming. I've got a lot going on in my life in these upcoming early years of being 20, and I've got a lot to share. I've got a lot of plans. So if you enjoyed that, stick around and I'll follow up with more videos coming soon. Later.